Kia ora, my name's Lachlan. I'm from the Street Night community, and I'm sharing a devotion today from a classic verse, John 3:16. And I think, the most classic and cliche verses often hold within them some really deep truths, and that's certainly true here. The verse says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, so that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life." And I think there's a few truths to pull out of this. The first one is that God is loving, that love is one of the characteristics, a part of God's nature, and that he is loving, full stop. And here we see his love is directed towards the world. It's directed towards you and to me. And this word world gets used 78 times in just this one gospel. And mostly in situations like this, it's referring to God's creation, his people, the earth, everyone on it. But it's also used to refer to the people that are opposed to God, the systems that are opposed to God, the earthly systems as well. And God says here that he loves the world. And that's a deep truth. And every type of love comes out in our actions. It affects the way we make our decisions. It affects the way we treat people. And here we see God, his love causes him to sacrifice greatly, to do something incredible, where he gives up his Son. He gives his Son, who's precious to him, for us, that we might have eternal relationship with him, eternal life, which is incredible. And I think that my first response in reading this verse is always thankfulness. Just thankfulness for for who he is, and for what he's done for me. That's mixed with the sadness that he needed to do that. That he had to sacrifice so greatly, but I'm so thankful that we have a God who would do that for us. And I'm also challenged that how do I and how do we view the world? Do we view it the way God does, with love? Do we come to save, to love, or do we condemn? Do we judge? Do we? And so I think often my first response to the world is not love, and or my actions don't always reflect it. And so I'm challenged by that as well. How can I view the world with the same lens that God does, of love? And finally, in my personal life, I'm thinking about how I can show God's love to people, this time of year, and the fact that God's love, he gave, and I wonder what, in order to show God's love to people, what do I need to give? Is it time? Is it a gift? And how can I show his love, and maybe what do I need to sacrifice in doing so? And just importantly as well, the final thing is how to point to God that he loved me so that I can love others.